Hi, good evening, everyone. Beta, today we will go ahead and we will take some example questions based on functions. Okay. Let us look at the first one. So you are given that the total dollar cost of producing X units of a product that is given to you as Cx is equal to 100 X रूट एक्स प्लस 500 ये आपको टोटल कॉस्ट दी है एक्स यूनिट्स प्रोड्यूस करने की. इट सेज क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 फाइंड द कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोड्यूसिंग 16 यूनिट्स. तो क्या करेंगे बच्चे, इंस्टेड ऑफ एक्स यू विल पुट 16. हाँ, तो 16 लगाओगे यहाँ पे. व्हाट विल यू गेट? 100 इंटू 16 रूट 16 plus 500, 1600 into 4 plus 500, 6400 plus 500, 6900. ठीक. पार्ट बी बेटा, find the cost of producing 100 units. तो अब क्या करेंगे बच्चे, इंस्टेड ऑफ एक्स यू विल पुट 100 into 100 into रूट 100 प्लस 500. क्या मिलेगा बच्चे? 100 into 100 रूट 100 is 10 प्लस 500 प्लस 500 100,500. This will be the cost of producing 100 units. ठीक है. Part number C बेटा, find the cost of producing A units. Find the cost of producing A units. तो अब क्या करेंगे बच्चे? What will you do in this same one? You will put instead of X 100 A. ठीक है. Plug in करो, plug in A. So C of A will be 100 into A root A plus 500. ठीक है. ठीक है बेटा. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कहता है फाइंड इंक्रीज इन कॉस्ट फ्रॉम प्रोड्यूसिंग 1 extra unit. Find increase in cost from producing 1 extra unit. माने अब क्या करना है ना, they are asking you to find what is the change in cost from producing A plus 1 units minus cost from producing A units. एक extra cost हम produce करें, we are producing 1 extra unit. Instead of A units, we are producing A plus 1 units. And we have to tell what will be the extra cost that will be incurred. ये हमें इसमें बताना है. So let us try to do this bit very simple. So C of A plus 1 units क्या हो जाएगा बच्चे? 100 A plus 1. हर जगह X की जगह पे A plus 1 plus 500. C of A will be what बेटा? 100 A root A plus 500. So C of A plus 1 माइनस C of A क्या हो जाएगा बच्चे? 100 A plus 1 रूट A plus 1 माइनस 100 A रूट A. ठीक है. You can also go ahead and take 100 common. A plus 1 root A plus 1 minus A root A. This can be called as marginal cost. क्या बोला जा सकता है इसे? Marginal cost. So cost of producing 1 extra unit is called as marginal cost. क्या बोल देते हैं इसको? Marginal cost. ठीक है. Now बेटा, we need to go ahead and take one more question. एक और लेके देखते हैं. So you are given f of x is equal to x square minus 3 अपॉन x to the power 4 plus 1. क्वेश्चन है बेटा, फाइंड f of 1 by y. फाइंड f of 1 by y. तो क्या करेंगे, एवरीवेयर इंस्टेड ऑफ x यू विल रिप्लेस 1 by y. तो कर दो, f of 1 by y is equal to 1 by y whole square minus 3 upon 1 by y to the power 4 plus 1. राइट बेटा, क्या मिलेगा, 1 by y square minus 3 upon 1 by y to the power 4 plus 1. क्या मिलेगा बच्चे, 1 minus 3 y square by y square upon 1 plus y to the power 4 by y to the power 4. इसको सॉल्व करो, 1 minus 3y square by y square into y to the power 4 plus 1 by y to the power 4. This and this cancels, so y square 1 minus 3y square upon 1 plus y to the power 4. So this will be f of 1 by y. ठीक है, let's take one more question बच्चे. So question is, the cost of producing x units is given to you as ax root x plus b. Find the cost of producing 0, 10 and x plus h units. सिंपल क्वेश्चन बच्चे, नथिंग न्यू, नथिंग डिफरेंट, एकदम सेम है, कुछ अलग नहीं करना है. सो व्हाट विल वी डू, इंस्टेड ऑफ x I will put 0, a into 0 root 0 plus b. Instead of x I will put 10, a into 10 root 10 plus b. Instead of x I will put x plus h, a into x plus h root of x plus h plus. तो जो भी लिखा हुआ है, instead of that x you are just going to plug whatever I am asking you. अगर 0 है तो you will plug 0. If it is 10 you will plug in 10. If it is x plus h you will plug x plus h. You will just plug in those values and get the answer. ठीक है, ओके बच्चे. Now let's talk about domain of the function. What is domain of the function? Domain means the values that x can take. All values that independent variable can take. यहाँ पे independent variable x है. So all values for which the function is well defined, the values of independent variable, that is domain of the function. Let's take an example. जैसे बच्चे, your given function is equal to 1 upon x plus 3. अब we know that we cannot have 1 by 0 form, is not possible. हमें पता है 1 by 0 form possible नहीं है, which means I cannot have 0 in the denominator. है कि नहीं? So this means that x plus 3 cannot be 0. It means that x cannot be 3. X cannot be 3. So what will be domain of the function, beta? That x can take any value from minus infinity to infinity. X कोई भी value ले ले, does not matter, but it cannot take the value 3. It can take any value, but it cannot go ahead and take the value 3. That will be the domain of the function. ठीक है, समझ में आई बात? ओके बच्चे, now let's take another example. Example number 2. gx is equal to 2x plus 4. Now we know that whatever comes inside root has to be non-zero, non-negative. Negative number का root cannot be found out. So whatever comes inside root, it has to be non-negative beta. है ना? माने we know कि 2x plus 4 जो भी रूट के अंदर आ रहा है, whatever is coming inside root has to be greater than equal to 0. So if I just subtract 4 from both sides, we will get 2x greater than equal to minus 4. I can divide by 2 on both sides. X greater than equal to minus 2. X greater than equal to minus 2. तो minus 2 is included. देखो greater than और equal to है ना, तो minus 2 is included बच्चे, और infinity तक कोई भी value. So this will be the domain of x. क्या domain हो जाएगा? Any value from minus 2 to infinity. That will be the domain of x. ठीक है बेटा. Range is all set of values fx that the function assumes is called range of the function f. So beta, domain is what? Domain is all values that x can take. जो भी value x लेता है वो domain. But from x we define a function fx. All values that this function can take, जो values function ले सकता है, that becomes the range of the function. So domain is all values that x takes and range is all values that the function goes ahead and takes. ठीक है बच्चे. Question. Show that 4 belongs to the range of the function gx is equal to 2x plus 4 under root. Also, find entire range of g. Show that 4 belongs to the range of the function. हमें ये बताना है कि 4 function के range में है. रेंज में होने का मतलब ये है कि किसी x की वैल्यू के लिए फंक्शन का जो आंसर आता है वो 4 आता है. What is the meaning of range बच्चे? Range means that for some value of x, the answer that the function takes is 4. 4 can be one of the values of the function. That is the meaning of range कि 4 एक वैल्यू फंक्शन की हो सकती है. 4 can be one of the values of the function. If that happens, then we say that 4 belongs to the range of the function. समझे बात को? Is it making sense? So we will say that, please write with me beta. 4 belongs to range if for some x belonging to domain gx is equal to 4. अगर ऐसा कोई x है डोमेन में, what was the domain of this function बच्चे? -2 to infinity. If there is one such x in this domain, कोई एक ऐसा x exist करता है such that the value that you derive here, that will come out to be 4, then we can say that 4 is in the range. फिर 4 range में होगा. So let's just, instead of gx put 4 beta. 4 is equal to 2x plus 4 under root, square on both sides. 16 is equal to 2x plus 4. Subtract 4 from both sides. 12 is equal to 2x. X is equal to 6. That means that whenever you will put x as 6, the answer you will get is 4. X equal to 6 is in the domain बच्चे, क्योंकि domain था -2 से infinity. So x is equal to 6 is in the domain, है ना? So therefore g equal to 4 is also in the range. कि जब x 6 होगा, when x will be 6, so it's like this. If I take x here and if I take g of x here, that means जब हम x का कुछ value रखते हैं, what's the value of the function? So we are saying that when x is 6, then this will be 4, right? X is defined from -2 towards infinity. All values x can take. -2 to infinity. For all values, whatever value the function will take from -2 to infinity. When x will take values from -2 to infinity, whatever values function will take, but that will be the range of the function. जो भी values function लेगा, उसी को हम range बोल देंगे. Is this clear? Now let us try to find the entire range of the function. So please write down. To find range of function, we invert function and find domain of inverse. We invert the function. हम function को invert करते हैं and we try to find the domain of that inverse, right? Let's try to do this in this case, बच्चे. So what I am going ahead and what I am doing, देखो ध्यान से. I am saying y is equal to 2x plus 4 under root. ठीक है? Squaring both sides. So what will you get, beta? Y square is equal to 2x plus 4. What will be x, बच्चे? Y square minus 4 divided by 2. ठीक है? अब in this function, find the values y can take. अब देखो कि y कौन कौन सा वैल्यू यहां पे ले सकता है. y is coming in the numerator. y के ऊपर स्क्वायर है, नेगेटिव भी ले सकता है, पॉजिटिव भी ले सकता है, जीरो भी ले सकता है, isn't it? y can take any value. This is what you will think. But try to understand here that whatever value y will take, y कुछ भी value ले. अच्छा, let me just write this in terms of inverse first. यहाँ पे once I've written x is equal to y square minus 4 by 2 ना, ये हमारा inverse का function हो गया. हाँ, so the inverse function becomes, usually books में क्या होगा, you will see that inverse will be represented by some other function और वो उसको x में ही लिख देते हैं. But that is not required. You just have to understand intuitively. This is your inverse function. X is equal to y square minus 4 by 2. ठीक है? The question is that if you try to understand here, ये जो हमारा y square है, y square will always be greater than equal to 0. The square of any number is always greater than equal to 0. Isn't it? अब बच्चे समझने का कोशिश करो, थोड़ा try to understand this thing, then I will explain you this a bit more. Try to understand that y को अगर हम यहां से थोड़ा देखें, y square is equal to 2x plus 4. And जो हमारा x है, that x basically it belongs from -2 to infinity. तो if I just try plotting this, इसको थोड़ा सा अगर हम graphically देखें, the book does not explain this graphically, but अगर हम इसको थोड़ा सा समझें, so when y will be -2, x will be -2 बेटा, जब x -2 होगा, so 2 into -2 is -4 plus 4, तो y square will be 0 बचे. And then x is increasing. x बढ़ रहा है. So when x will increase, so जो y square का value आएगा, that will also increase. So x is taking values from -2 towards infinity. When x is -2, जब x -2 होगा, then y square will come as 0. When y square is 0, it means y is also 0. Y is taking the value 0 when x is taking the value -2. When x is -2, y is 0. That means ये कहीं point हो गया. When x is -2, y is 0. ठीक है? Then x is increasing. X उसके ऊपर का values ले रहा है. So y should also take values above the current value. Y will also take the values above its current value. Is this making sense? Okay. So what will happen is that because y का value 0 तब है जब x -2 है. And then x is increasing its values. The values taken by y will also increase. It means that y will take any value from 0 तब है जब x -2 है, to infinity. So values taken by y will be 0 to infinity. Values taken by y will be 0 to infinity. Let me explain this again. एक बारी दोबारा, I will just repeat this again. ठीक है? Let's try to understand this. You can understand it directly also. देखो, we have written y is equal to 2x plus 4 under root. Inverse का भी जरूरत नहीं है. Try to understand. And we said that x takes any value between -2 to infinity. x कोई भी value लेते हैं -2 से infinity के बीच में. Now there is a rule that the root of a number will always be positive. हम हमेशा positive root लेते हैं. Whenever you will find range domain, root of a number is always positive. When x is -2, बच्चे जब मैंने यहाँ -2 लगाया, so -4 plus 4 is 0. So y is taking the value 0 when x is -2. ये -2 included है. When x is -2, y is taking the value 0. Then x is increasing. जैसे जैसे x बढ़ेगा, the value will inflate. तो y का value भी बढ़ता जाएगा. तो जो अंडर रूट आएगा, that will also be some positive value only, but it will keep increasing as x will increase. माने just put x as 6. So when x will be 6, y is coming out as 4 beta. है ना? So when I put x as -2, y is 0. जब हमने x बढ़ाया तो y भी बढ़ा. So as x will increase its value from -2 to infinity, y will also take higher and higher value, and it will also go between 0 to infinity. So the range of this function will be 0 to infinity. समझे? ठीक है. Now let us try to take one more question here. So beta, another question I am taking just to help you. Find domain of the function fx is equal to 3x plus 6 upon x minus 2. Part B. Show that 5 is in range of function. Part C. Show that 3 is not in range of a function. ठीक है? Let's try to do this thing. So we need to show 5 is in range, 3 is not in range, and find the domain of the function. function. Domain will be what, beta? Numerator can take any value, positive or negative does not matter. Denominator can also take any value, but it cannot be equal to 0. So for part A, fx is defined for all values as long as x minus 2 is not equal to 0. So x is not equal to 2. Second part. Show f is in the range of the function. So f range में कब होगा? When f of x, there exists some x. ऐसा कोई exist करता है x domain के अंदर such that f of x is 5. So I need to equate 3x plus 6 upon x minus 2 equal to 5. So beta, I will get 3x plus 6 is equal to 5x minus 10. This can go here, this can go here. 16 is equal to 2x. X is equal to 8. X equal to 8 is in domain of function. क्योंकि domain क्या है? What is domain? All values from minus infinity to infinity except 2. 2 को छोड़ के सारा values जो भी है वो domain है. All values are in domain, है ना? So x is equal to 8 is in domain. और जब x 8 है तभी फंक्शन का वैल्यू 5 है. When x is 8 then functional value is 5. So 5 is in the range. ठीक है बच्चे. Now what we can do is show that 3 is not in the range of the function. So fx को हम 3 equate करेंगे. 3x plus 6 upon x minus 2 equal to 3. I will take 3 common. X plus 2 equal to 3. Here I have x minus 2. 1. X plus 2 is equal to x minus 2. Now, can this equation be satisfied, beta? क्या ऐसे possible है? Is it possible that when you add 2 to a number and subtract 2 from number, both are equal to each other? No. Because here, if you just try cancelling it, you will get 2 equal to minus 2. This is incorrect result. Which means कि ऐसा कोई x exist नहीं करता. There does not exist any x such that your fx is equal to 3. So therefore, x is equal to 3 is not in range. Now suppose I ask you, बच्चे, find the entire range of the function. Find entire range of the function. Homework question है बच्चे. So just hint दे रही. I'm giving you a hint. Take y is equal to 3x plus 6 upon x minus 2. Take this here बच्चे. Y x minus 2 is equal to 3x plus 6. Yx minus 2y is equal to 3x plus 6. Take this here, take this here. Yx minus 3x is equal to 2y plus 6. Take x common. Y minus 3 is equal to 2y plus 6. X will be 2y plus 6 divided by y minus 3. ये हो गया inverse of the function. This is inverse. Beta, when will this not exist? Inverse कब exist नहीं करेगा? If denominator is 0. है ना? So ये सारा values of y के लिए exist करेगा. Find the domain of inverse. What is the domain of inverse? माने for what values of y this exists? So it exists for all value except y equal to 3. When y will be 3, this will not exist. अगर y का value 3 है तो ये defined नहीं है. Otherwise, it is defined for all values. So what will be the range बच्चे? Domain of inverse. और इसका क्या domain आया? All values except 3. So the range of the function is all values except 3. And the domain of function is all values except 5. Oh, sorry, except 2. This is the domain. Okay.